up, guys? Enkiri here. No, I'm not dead. I've just been hibernating. But now the metaphorical winter is over and it's time for me to emerge from my slumber. Today I want to tell you guys about a little experiment that I've been doing. A little experiment where I literally have no idea what the outcome will be. See, I've been dealing with what is hands down the most frustrating injury of my athletic career. I won't go into specifics because honestly, it's pretty much a mystery injury at this point that no orthopedist or physical therapist can diagnose anyway. But suffice it to say, it's fucking up my training. Now, I can squat, but the amount of volume I can get in before the pain becomes unbearable is simply too small to be meaningful. Not to mention, it has become clear to me that by continuing to squat, the phantom injury will absolutely never heal. In light of this, I've decided to try something different. No squats, no deadlifts, no anything that irritates the injury, which is a lot of stuff. One thing I can do, however, is push a heavy sled. Now, when I say a heavy sled, I mean a heavy fucking sled. My goal right now is to push 1,000 pounds for a set of 10 or 15 yards. The most I've done so far is 900 pounds for about 15 yards. When I started doing this exercise a few months ago, I could barely do 700 pounds, and I felt like I was going to die after every set because of the cardiovascular component. So, as you may have surmised by now, the experiment I'm referring to here is essentially testing the notion of powerlifting without powerlifting. Can I maintain or possibly even improve my squat and my deadlift without squatting or deadlifting? In the past, I would have told you that the deadlift can certainly be improved without always deadlifting. But I would have said you're crazy if you think you can become a stronger squatter without squatting. And that's the idea I want to focus on in this video, because frankly, I don't have a choice anymore. I could just quit now without ever having accomplished anything in the sport, or I can evolve and I can adapt. So right now, the exercise that's consuming the majority of my energy is the heavy sled push. I'm doing it 3 times a week, 1 session to a max effort push, and 2 other sessions to accumulate volume at submaximal weights. Other than that, the only lower body work I'm doing is some farmer's walks as a deadlift assistance exercise to work my grip in my back, some jumping exercises, some abdominal work, and weighted hyperextensions. That's it. It's pretty basic. It works pretty much all the same muscles as the squat and the deadlift. It just works them differently. And the only true leg strengthening exercise in the program is the sled push. The theory is that if I can take my quads from a point of barely being able to overcome inertia on a sled loaded with 900 pounds to barely being able to overcome inertia on a sled loaded with 1,000 pounds while simultaneously strengthening the shit out of the quote-unquote core through targeted high-intensity abdominal, oblique, and lower back work, why the hell shouldn't I be able to maintain or, fingers crossed, even increase my squatting strength? That's the horse I'm betting on anyway. I'm thinking it's an underdog, but everyone loves a good underdog story, so I've got that going for me. Now, there are a few sort of caveats or rules that I want to mention for this little experiment of mine. One is obvious. I will do no squatting or deadlifting for the next few months. I've already not squatted for the last 10 weeks or so, and my plan right now is to compete again in mid-May of 2017. That leads me to point 2. In the final 6 to 8 weeks leading up to the meet, I will do 1 squat session a week in an attempt to refamiliarize myself with the lift and execute something of a peaking cycle. I will also deadlift something like 3 to 5 times during that time frame. Number 3, I will compete in reps because I've come to discover that the support provided by the reps protects the injury when I'm in the hole of the squat, and I'm going to do my best not to be constantly re-aggravating it. Therefore, I will be comparing myself directly to my best rep squat from a couple years ago, which is 535 pounds. That's the target number to beat. There are also a few other notes I want to mention. Just to put this out there because it makes me sad, but I'm a shitty rep squatter. I've done 530 pounds in sleeves and 535 in wraps, both at basically the same body weight. So it sucks that I can't compete in sleeves right now. Hopefully in the future I will be able to again, but right now it's just not a smart thing to do. I competed as a 148 when I hit the 535 rep squat, and I'm going to try to add some body weight through this training cycle and work my way up to being a real 165er. So if I do match my old rep PR, body weight gain may be a confounding factor, and the potential gains may not be solely attributable to my sled training. It's also quite possible that not only will there be absolutely no transfer of gains at all, but also that the lack of practice at the movement itself will actually make me far weaker than I've ever been at the squat. There's simply no way of knowing right now without first having tried. Sled pushing lacks an eccentric component. Therefore, it's possible that even if my legs become considerably stronger concentrically, I will simply be unable to control the weights well enough during the eccentric to actually make meaningful gains on the squat. Lastly, it's also possible that kind of the opposite will happen, whereby the reps will provide enough support to help me stay steady through the eccentric phase and get out of the hole. And because of all the sled training, I will have made such huge gains in leg strength at slightly more obtuse knee and hip angles, which is where the wraps provide less support, that this will potentially allow me to move weights I've never moved before. Lots of hoping, lots of ifs, lots of who the fuck really knows, so let's give it a whirl and see what the hell happens. Squat training begins in about 8 weeks. In the meantime, I'll be posting some vids of my sled work, and hopefully I'll be making my way towards that 1,000-pound push. So wish me luck and stay tuned to see what happens. And as always, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to my channel, and I'll catch you guys next time.